Hey Tarot friends, it's Jade here with Tarot Truth. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a walkthrough of the Dark Mansion Tarot, and I just realized that I left the box downstairs. So we're gonna do this without the box. That's okay. I don't tend to keep my decks in their boxes. I tend to either make a wrap or a pouch, like this one. So I have a wrap made for this one. I love this wrap. I took the ribbon off already. Anyways, I did a sort of a double ribbon. Little birdies. And this wrap. So I have the first edition. Of the deck. So here's it's very wrinkled right now, but there's the one side, and the back side is this sort of stained dark blue color. All right, so we're gonna do a walkthrough. So here is the backs, what the backs look like. I know that in the second edition and on, they gave you an option for different backs. I didn't have that option when I bought this. It's fine. So this is the standard edition. There is a larger edition as well, and I have fairly small hands, so I wasn't interested in that. Anyways, I'm going to do a walkthrough of this deck. The cards are not in order. This deck is, I love this deck so much. It is so what I love about it, I love the art style, kind of Tim Burton-esque. It's probably been said a million times, but Five of Swords. I love the creepiness factor to it. This is one of my favorite Three of Swords cards ever. I love the bright, bold colors. I love how they've done the border on it. It's just beautiful. It's very Rider-Waite-Smith, so it doesn't even come with a guidebook, because it's Rider-Waite-Smith, so you don't have to think about it that way, so that's great. I mean, look at the expressions, right? Like, they're just gorgeous. Right? Like, look at that expression. And look at the horse's expression. He's cocky as all get out. And, you know, determined to go forward, but that horse is scared out of his mind. King of Swords. Queen of Wands. Love this card. She often comes out for me. Anyway, this is amazing. So the cardstock is quite thick. It is possible to bend, but not easy to riffle shuffle for me anyways. My hands maybe just are not very strong, but Three of Wands. Temperance, I love this. The Fool. Anyway, so what was I saying? The cardstock is thick, and it has kind of a waxy sort of finish on front and back. So they're matte. And there's a waxy finish, so they feel amazing in your hands. When you get this deck, the Empress, gorgeous. When you get this deck, the cards actually stick together. And not stick, but they sort of cling together, kind of like a static cling kind of thing. if that makes any sense. Judgment, I love this card. And so that makes it a bit hard to shuffle, especially if you're overhand shuffling, because your hands are not strong enough to riffle shuffle this deck. And so the way to get rid of that, and I have a walkthrough, or I have a video on my channel, probably under deck mods. If not, then it's under craft, showing how to fix that. And essentially, and actually I did it on this specific deck, and you can see the before and after. And essentially I used cornstarch, just a little bit. You don't need a lot. Dab it on front and back, and then wipe it off. And that just makes them glide so nicely. Love that card too. That makes them glide so nicely, and it's way easier to shuffle. So you can use, it's recommended that you use fanning powder, but I can find any fanning powder anywhere for a reasonable price. Even on Amazon, it was going to cost like $50 plus shipping for a little container like this big. And so I wasn't gonna do that. I love this. It's a gorgeous star card. Anyways, I wasn't gonna pay that when I had never used fanning powder before. I'm also not a huge fan of using chemicals, and so I decided to give cornstarch a try, and it worked amazing. I've had some people tell me that cornstarch is probably not the best thing to use if you live in a humid climate. Where I am, it does get pretty humid in the summer, but again, I haven't had any issues at all. And I've been doing that for about a year. I only have to repeat it every 3 or 4 months, so it lasts a long time. And really, I don't know how it could possibly do any damage, because as I said, like you're just dabbing on like a very little bit, tiny bit, and then wiping it right off. So I love this Nine of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, the Tower, the Hanged Man. I love there's a little bat right next to him. The Hermit, the Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So that is the Dark Mansion Tarot First Edition, standard size, and it comes with, so it's not an edging, it actually is a black core cardstock. So like I said, the cards are not super thin, but quite rigid. Let's see if I can shuffle this. It bends pretty well. Not bad. I've gotten a lot better over the past 6 months or so at riffle shuffling. Anyway, so there is the Dark Mansion Tarot. I love this deck. This deck will never be leaving my collection, at least over my cold dead hands. And I love this deck. I use it mostly in the, I start using it in the fall right through until the start of spring. So it is pausing right now. And I just realized that I hadn't done a walkthrough, which I was shocked about, but so I wanted to rectify that. Anyways, I would love to hear if you have that deck, how it works for you, how you like the finish, and what you use it for. I use this deck for everything, any type of reading at all. it works wonderful, and I love looking at the art. I just love it. You know, you can use any tool, right? But when you have such a beautiful one, it just makes things so much better. So there's my walkthrough of the Dark Mansion Tarot. Would love to hear what you think. And by the way, if you like this video, please do hit the like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Anyways, until the next time, my friends.